And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Giants. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, set. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Right up.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Look at me, zipper.
Now it's Hines. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Yeah.
They run with Hines. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Here we go. 50.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Break. 61, matchbox light. Get it.
They'll run on first down. Shea. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Ready. Protein spill. 60 outlaw. He's crashing. He's checking. Ready.
Right back to him on first down. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef, they want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll try and run for it, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go. 60 or. Hey, exit. Hey, check my 50.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready?
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Off the play fake here, Rivers. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is fielded inside the 5. And that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check. Watch the shit. Please,
And they give this time to the tailback. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up.
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well. Go to something else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On second down, it's Hines. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Rivers on 3rd and 2. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
8 read. Watch the run.
On first down, Hines. The tackle there by Brian Poole. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Pilot, 64.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, Haywood. Mike's 50. Bandit.
Throwing, Rivers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Frank. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rivers now from the 50. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now a give, right side. It's Hines. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Alpha. Hey, 50 to Mike. Check the out.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up 4th.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Ryan. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Push him back.
To throw again. Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Rocky Sin, a rookie second-rounder from Temple, there to make the play.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Ryan. Over the middle, complete. It's Burns. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Check. Crunch. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Rip left. Check 37. Yo, faster. Show it. X3. 218, chopper. Ready.
Throwing again, Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And Ingram holds it in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a giant 1st down on a gain of 16.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. Calm the crowds. Watch the screen. Let's go.
On 2nd and 15 now. Ryan toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
132 fighter. Check 24. 58's the money. 58's the money. Wild Bill. Check 3. Hey, lock it. On the snap.
From the shotgun, Ryan. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, Steve 6, Steve 6. Your trap, your trap.
Final play of the half, Rivers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick.
We play to win. Let's go. Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Ryan, and a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Blue draw Corkers. No. Off. Wide. Get wide. Let's go.
Now a give, right side. Shea. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Mike. Hey, let's get in them holes. Hey, check 24. Check 24. General West. Hey, wahoo!
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. They'll run on first down. Shea. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
64, quick.
Brings up
5.
at the Colts 45-yard line.
Watch QB drop. Watch it.
On 2nd and 9. Ryan to Boyle here over the middle. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 33.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This quarterback now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here.
Hey, Zoo.
Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now on 2nd and 13, Rivers. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Ready, shoot.
On 1st down, Shea. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Under crunch. Check 26, check 26. 80 weapon. Switch. Check the backer. Get it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Ryan. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 13-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
94. Gotcha, boy. Hard. 52. Right. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Hey, exit.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Recon, 132 fighter. Check 3. SOS. Watch out.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Hey, alert 3.
On 2nd down now, Shea. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Throwing on second and long. Rivers. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Max 50, Max 50. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check your hot read. Check safety, check safety.
Third and long for Rivers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Yeah, that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Hey, Haywood. Shoot.
Play fake. Rivers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for Indy. 52 yards. They'll run on first down. Hines. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. On second and 11 now. Rivers. That's complete right around the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. This is Hines. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet, or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, little 360. And there is a flag as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against? So the face mask gets him a free 15 to start the drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Go. 25, check 25, check 25. Check go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Shea, and some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. 14 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. PAT up and good by Rosas. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
We got 4.
On 2nd and 15 now. Rivers. Throw left side complete. That's Frank. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Here's Rivers. Now a desperation throw. This is caught inside the 15. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Down. 50. Plant. Hey. High 7. 2.
Now Rivers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
On 1st down, Shea. He's going to have the first down past the 20 as they'll finally stop him at the 23-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
You ain't doing nothing. General West. Let's go.
On third down, Shea. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Giants, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.